Carl and Damon here from Brrraains A Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for short, and they made what into a TV series. Season 2, episode 22 of Viva Pinata, a match made in court and Hudson's better half. Aired January 18th, 2009, YTV, of course. And we begin with segment 1, a match made in court. More Hudson! We can't get enough of him at the moment, can we? We are stuck in a Hudson Gundam cycle.
Yeah, definitely.
Although here we do get one of the more consistent plot points. It's Beverly back to school and her obsession with Hudson. So what's going on? She's taken Hudson to court for avoiding her. Love it. Langston is the judge, and upon hearing how dedicated she is to him and how Hudson is never there for her, he grants her an attaining order. Honestly, this is the writing where this show deserves. This is the writing that makes this show better than Donkey Kong Country.
But very rare happens. But yeah,
This is clever and funny. It is obviously the opposite of a restraining order, while Hudson must be within 5 feet of Beverly at all times. And naturally, she is over the moon, and Hudson less so. Hudson quickly gets sick of her, and his newly acquired leg tag goes off, resulting in Langston sicking the police on him. And basically, every time he sicks the police on them, they batter Hudson to the ground. They are violent police officers. Hudson decides to see how she lives, joining her at a stalking help group and seeing her home that is a shrine to him. It's here she also suggests that she's been spying on him in a more personal way. It is very risky stuff here. Like, for the audience is aimed at, it's risky stuff because her behavior is being exceptionally inappropriate. But I love it. I think it's brilliant.
It's funny, but as you said, it's very, very risky stuff.
It gets a little disturbing because as he tries to go to sleep, we see she uses night vision goggles to watch him. And I was like, this is kind of turning into a horror movie, confirmed by Hudson having a nightmare where he wakes up to find that he's been sewed together with Beverly. Of course, it's a dream, so he wakes up to find that that is exactly what she's about to actually do. And obviously now he's like, no, I need to escape. But of course, the moment he goes 5 feet away, he gets beaten down by Langston's goons again. This is fun. I am enjoying the shit out of this segment.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Who can save him? Simone arrives, demanding that Beverly free him as he's supposed to be on stage tonight, starring in the death of a lamp salesman. The plan is now to get Beverly on stage so she is close to Hudson. However, it turns out that she has severe stage fright that harks back to her childhood. We see that she was in a spelling bee. And I love this setup because naturally you're like, oh, she couldn't spell and everybody laughed at her and that's why she's got stage fright, right?
Yep.
No. A meteorite crashed, destroying everything. And she's worried it will happen again. And I was just like, this is so stupid. Exactly. It's so random. Now, why would that incident give you stage fright? That is the most random incident that could ever happen. And the possibility of that happening again is near impossible. I thought it was hilarious. Hudson insists to go on the stage now. Cut to the show and Hudson starts to play with Beverly playing the lampshade, much to her discomfort. Her panic starts to make a mess of the play, but Hudson drags Beverly through it. They manage it and Hudson drinks in the applause, but it turns out that Beverly has upstaged him and everyone loves her. A fun little twist on it.
Yeah.
This fills her with confidence. She breaks out into a song and dance number. She is a star now, and Langston has changed to court order. Basically, she's way too popular for Hudson to be near. So he's changed the court order so Hudson can no longer go within 5 feet of her, which is clever. But guess what? He's on stage with her within 5 feet. So what happens? He gets beaten down.
Yeah.
This segment is one of the best they've done. Because as Beverly starts a speech, you knew it was coming. Guess what happens? A meteorite strikes.
Yeah.
The writers of this one deserve so much praise for just having absolute ball with it. Outstanding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely a very, very crazy episode.
Fun as fuck. Just fun as fuck. Which brings us to segment 2, Hudson's better half. And it's still Hudson as we get even more consistent storytelling as the championship challenge is happening and it brings back Haley Pistachio. She's signing up for it, but Hudson tries to stop her because she's not a real athlete. She teases them though, and Hudson ends up signing up to prove her wrong. Haley calls her girlfriends, and they come up with the idea of being an all-female team. Hearing this, Hudson decides to create an all-male team made up of our usual crew. And he even sing a song about being men. So this is, of course, the dudes are in dudes versus the girls, but done in a cheesy kind of way that also is designed to make the men look a little chauvinistic and get their comeuppance to a degree because of the mocking her for not being an athlete thing.
Yep.
So the challenge is an obstacle course, and the two teams prepare while being dicks to each other. The male team are quite misogynistic with some of their insults, except for Fergie, who is making eyes at the female equivalent of him. So Fergie sees like a female, what is he? Fudge hog. He sees a female fudge hog. Yeah. Turns around, it's his mother. I was like, that's fucking weird. Why show you made that really weird? Seeing how the female team save Ella from a minefield, though, the male team realize they're in trouble. It is the championship challenge, and as it starts, the males are literally left in the dust. Do you know what's cool? The commentators are Pecky and Pierre, which is consistency. Because, of course, there was an episode before that set up how the commentary team was going to be created.
Yep.
Every so often, the race is interrupted by mini challenges. On the track, different things happen to speed some pinatas up and slow others down. The murdering of the Brrraains is a weird mini challenge, though, right? They're murdering them. After getting frozen in a wintry part of the track, the males realise they're losing, and Hudson comes up with the idea of pretending they're losing on purpose. Rather than be humiliated, they actually act like they're letting the girls win. I was like, you dick! Oh, I hated that. I mean, I loved it because it's such dickish behaviour.
Yeah, but it's also typical Fergie too.
Hudson.
Sorry, Hudson, sorry.
Yeah, it's very Hudson. His arrogance can't take, his ego can't take the loss. So let's do it in a way that protects my ego. You know what, prick? But seeing this, the females decide to play the game too. And now both teams are doing the opposite. They're both doing everything they can to lose, which is a fun twist on things. Haley has a plan though, and uses a boost candy on Fergie, who ends up racing around the track, stopping right at the finish line. Both Haley and Hudson hired ruffians to carry the other team to the finish line, but the idiots ended up carrying both to the finish line. Seeing the cup full of candy, Fergie goes to step over the finish line, but is grabbed by Hudson. However, his tongue ends up extending over the line, which means the male team wins. It's a fun ending to this episode with the sign of silliness of just going over that line.
Yeah.
Or do they? The big boss arrives and declares, you're both cheaters. And as the males cheated more, the females win. The boys celebrate and the big boss arrives in limo, claiming though that the men need to stick together and takes them away. Weird, right? Well, that's really weird. What message are you sending with that ending? That men are dicks?
We spoke about it many times, but in the past, you know, that some of that episodes, they have terrible messages.
Yeah.
You know? But they also have a habit of like one segment is really, really good, and then the second segment is so just not it's just terrible. Yeah,
this is night and day. You're absolutely right. The first segment, Match Made in Court, is one of the best segments of the entire show overall, season 1 and season 2, wholeheartedly. The second segment is not bad, but it's like, I won't remember that.
Forgettable. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Where. Right, I'll give you some insights. So this episode, while being recorded on the 30th of September 2024, these notes were written probably back in late spring, maybe earlier summer. So quite a few months ago. Rereading these notes, I remember a match made in court. I don't remember much about Hudson's better half.
Yeah, I agree. Yes, yeah, definitely.
That's the difference, and that's the problem with the long-term. That's the problem with the long-term thing about Viva Pinata. It's not going to stay long in the memory. And even a good segment like a match made in court in a couple of years' time, I don't think I'll remember it long-term. And I probably won't ever want to watch it again, you know, because of Viva Pinata.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm the same too.
But we're not far from the end, so you know what to do. This was episode 22 of Match Made in Court and Hudson's better half of season 2. You got any thoughts that you know what to do? Let us know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see more content like this, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It is gratefully appreciated. You can find us over at gbhbl.com, our full website, where reviews, news, and so much more goes up daily. We're also on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, at GBHBL. Just search for GBHBL and you will find us out there. We also have merchandise on sale. You can access the shop via the website.